according to Maharishi's plan. Everything is according to Maharishi's desire, and we are able to really communicate on the highest level. We feel the strength of Maharishi's knowledge that resonates with their deepest understanding and sometimes their expectations and gives them a scientific angle on what they know to be the truth and the way to make. And this has been flourishing and growing together with, of course, the large that are meeting and getting together. It takes time to train 10,000 people in this knowledge, of course, going through enough practice and experience of TM, and then the techniques, and then the cities, and then the flying, and getting all of that settled for 10,000 groups in the same place. But it is really happening, and it has been happening. And so these transition times are having their own difficulties. We feel deep connection and sorrow in terms of, for example, what's happening in Los Angeles in the United States. We send our heartfelt, warm supports and thoughts, all of us, so that people can recover their properties, their well-being, and be away from harm's way, as well as all that is happening in Middle East and Eastern Europe and here and there different places on this transition time. And so we don't get distracted by that because there is such a huge upsurge of interest in the real way to solve all these problems, which is from the field of pure being, from the field of pure consciousness, from Veda, from the applications of Veda, and from its expansion on its most profound level, which is the ability to transcend on an individual level as well as on a global level and on a group level, of course. So we know all of that, but I really, on this day, want to thank you all for your thoughts and feelings, which I know are there, and I know them every day of the year. And I celebrate your birth, everyone's birth on this planet Earth, that together we have been given such a family of enlightened people that continue in spite of what appears to be obstacles and resistances sometimes. Yet we really see the light shining in a bright, bright way. So I wanted to share this with you. It is real, it is profound, it is complete, it is on a very high level, and you can rest assured then when these clouds have passed, that the full sunshine of heaven on earth, this full sunshine of enlightenment, going to start really shining everywhere and raising every community to higher levels of thinking and feeling and achieving, and to the world community to rise to peace and harmony and the absence of disasters as we experienced in the past days and even the past years, recent years. So, with that, feeling again infinite gratitude to Maharishi and the holy tradition and all those who uphold that knowledge. All glory to Maharishi and Guru Dev. Jai Guru Dev.
Jai Gurudev. We are very joyfully celebrating your birthday today here all together in Maharshi's Peace Palace, Maharajaji, and we really are very grateful that in the midst of all the dynamic activity going on there in Pune and with the Maharshi Veda land, that you took time to give us this beautiful blessing that you just spoke out to all of us here and around the world. And I think that all of us feel very much from your address today and what is happening today that it's really, really inspiring that India is grasping the greatness and glory of His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi and seeing it reflected so beautifully in you and your leadership. This is something that we've all longed for, that India awakens to realize that in His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi is a world sage, a historic leader of the transformation of Kali Yuga into Sat Yuga, a supreme teacher embodying everything about his divine master Gurudev Brahmanand Saraswati. So it seems as if with your leadership they've really begun to understand who Maharshi is and his offering of the Vedic technologies of consciousness on a level that can really truly do the job, as you just said. It's not just a hope or piety, it's completely real transformation of the world that is in the power of the grace of Gurudev embodied in Maharshi's teaching. And this, for India, Ved Bhumi Bharat, this is the hope of the whole future of the human race, that India understands and applies everything in the Vedic technologies of consciousness through particularly the Maharshi Vedic Pandits practicing yoga and yagya, through Maharshi Vedaland there in Pune, and through the gathering of larger and larger groups. As you said, it takes some time to establish 10,000 to fly together on that level that can really just water the root of life of everybody on earth. But it's happening. And we see in you an example for us all, that you are focusing completely on all the things that Maharshi focused on. You are working really without any let or hindrance, completely freshly devoted day by day to making those great initiatives of Maharshi, the plan, the blueprint for the world's future that he designed and bestowed upon us. So we are grateful that we have a leader like you. We just heard Maharshi say in this tape that he asked the press to look and see you and say, here is the embodiment of ideal leadership. And we're always remembering his statement that he looked at all the billions of people in the world and he found in you the only person who could manage this level of responsibility. And when it was January the 9th, 2008, he said, now it is coming up to, at midnight, it'll be Maharaja's birthday, and he is here to guide the whole world. So we really have a wonderful time each year to remember especially those impulses of Maharshi, of support for you, of having chosen you as that unique person to embody everything that Maharshi focused on and make it happen, finally, completely for the world. And we all have a big wish together to support all of those activities that you have initiated for the global coherence, for permanent world peace, for global invincibility, for heaven on earth for the human race. We are completely, all of us together in our own little ways, doing anything we can to make all of that happen. And we are really very fortunate to have a leader who is just embodying all of that Maharishi brought out to accomplish that for the human race. Prevention-oriented administration, as Maharishi just said in the talk, an administration that will not allow any suffering to be dawning anywhere in the world anymore. So we're very fortunate to be on your team and to completely do everything we can this year and every year to fulfill Maharishi's vision that he gave as a legacy to you to lead the world to accomplish. So a big happy birthday to you, Maharajaji, and we're going to hear your talk with Swami Giri in a moment, right? And Puna, that's beautiful talk. The talk of the Swami Giri really does show that they fully understand Maharishi's greatness and glory and see it reflected in you. It's really true. When you hear the words of this great leader of India, you really know they're getting it now completely and seeing it in you day by day. So thank you for taking the time in the midst of all that dynamic activity to join this celebration here, which is being broadcast around the world. And I think we would like to sing.